I've got a cousin, this really smart little kid. He's like 5 or something. And the other day he was talking about how he, before he was born, he was saying that all fetuses should have iPads, but no password, right? Because they wouldn't understand.
How old is he?
It's like 5, I think. And because it's boring, you know?
Boring being a fetus.
Right. And I was like, well, or my aunt was talking to him, and he said, she said, well, where were you when you were a fetus? He said, I was sleepy dead. And you're like, sleepy dead? Yeah, it's not like dead when you die. It's dead before you're born, and you're kind of sleepy, so it's sleepy dead.
Whoa.
And like, okay, yeah, this is a kind of a genius kid.
What if that kid actually knows something? What if he remembers some shit that we forgot?
I'll tell you, I mean, this is going to sound crazy, but I remembered. When I was a kid, I remembered.
You remembered what?
I remembered the feeling of where I came from before I was born.
What?
And what happened was, and this is a weird thing, I was just talking to Casilda about this recently. I remembered it as a general, how can I say this? Like, what I remember is, as I got older as a kid, I remember thinking, I'm losing this memory. I'm losing contact with something I know. And as my consciousness was getting more sort of aware as a person, right, I realized that was a really valuable thing that I was losing. And so as I was like 12, 13, 14, I was like, I have to remember this. I knew I wouldn't remember it as a memory, so I was creating like a record of it that I would remember, if that makes any sense to you. You know what I mean? Like, I know, you know, it's like people who have, I forget what it's called, where they don't recognize faces, like that Oliver Sacks, the neurologist, has that, and he describes it in one of his books. And he's like, they've got this face blindness. So what they'll do is, if they're having a conversation with you, and they're going to go to the bathroom and they know they're going to come back, they'll be like, okay, the guy with the blue shirt and the thing and the tattoos is Joe. You know, just to create a record in his head, and then he'll go to the bathroom, so when he comes back, he'll remember you're Joe.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a really interesting neurological thing.
I would like to see that guy draw a picture of a face.
Yeah, I wonder if they...